gonna do a little bit of an update. Not like a general update, but just like a few things that I think are worth noting. I haven't posted a video. I think the last time I posted a video was like in December. And it's already the middle of January now. I did mention in that video I was going to be busy, so this is totally justified that I was not around for this long. But I have some exciting news for you guys. It's actually probably not exciting for some of you, but for me it is. Today's Sunday. I went Friday the 13th. I went with my friend to Marlowe Inc. And I probably just sort of gave away my general location by saying that because people can easily search that place. But I don't even care. I went with my friend to Marlowe Inc. on Friday, and since it's Friday the 13th, they were having a sale. It was $20 piercings. That means basically the piercings were $13, and it was a $7 mandatory tip. So we went because she had originally planned to get her lower navel pierced, and it turns out that there's like a 60% chance of rejection, and her, the way it wasn't right for her. So she decided she wasn't even going to spend the $20 on a piercing that was most likely going to reject. So she got her conch and her double helix pierced. But I made a decision on 2 piercings that I was going to get. I got my nostril, and I actually got my tragus. I don't know if the video is very good there, so I'm going to actually post pictures if I can at the end. So I just wanted to give a little bit about my experience with that. If anybody wants, I can actually post separate videos of each of those piercings and go more in depth about the piercing. Like, I've only had them for 2 days, but I can probably be a little bit more in depth about like healing and everything once I've had them for a bit longer. Right now they feel fine. But anyway, so I decided to get the nose and the tragus done. The nose, my parents knew about. I told them I was going to go do it. They weren't okay with it, but I was like, I'm 20. Yes, I still live in your house, but it's being paid for with my money. I'm 20. It's like, first of all, getting a nose piercing is not something unusual for an Indian to do. My dad was like, well, I'm not okay with it, but, whatever. I can't tell you what to do. And my mom was like, I think she was mostly thinking that, like, she was saying, you don't have to do it. And I was like, I know I don't have to do it. No one's forcing me to do it. I made this decision. I've been wanting nose piercing for years. I just never really got the chance to get one. Because I have nipple piercings. And when I got those piercings done, I didn't go to Marlowe Inc. And so I never knew about these sales or anything at Marlowe Inc. until my friend actually mentioned it to me. And I'm sorry, the nose ring is why I'm sniffing a lot. Well, it's also, I'm probably getting cold. But anyway, so she was okay with it as long as I got a stud and not a ring. And I wasn't going to get a ring anyway because, like, it's not something that everybody can pull off, whereas a stud almost everybody can. And I don't want something too, obvious. I work at a place where they are okay with piercings. They're okay with tattoos. Like, one of the girls at my job has, like, long, bright pink hair. Well, she did. She dyed it over now for another reason. But she used to have, like, bright pink hair, and she has tattoos that show when you wear the short sleeve shirts. And they're fine with it. And almost all the girls there actually have nose piercings. So I knew they wouldn't have a problem. But I didn't want something so obvious, like, for me, especially because I'm short. I'm very short, and I deal with customers a lot. And when you're short and you're a girl, people tend to get not always the right impression of you. And so I don't want anything to be like, oh, I'm going to look younger, or I'm going to look more immature to them. So I just wanted something a little bit more, like, less flashy. But, so I went and got it done. I think we went at, like, we got there at about 4 o'clock, 4:30ish. We didn't get pierced until almost a little after 8. Like, the line was seriously that long. So basically, like, it's a long staircase, then a long, long hallway, and then a short hallway that leads right into the piercing studio, and then you take another right, and you're right in the studio where they actually do the piercing. But yeah, so that was fun. We spent, like, 4 hours in line. It's a good thing we brought books and, like, Kindles. I brought my Kindle. And Subway was right there, so we were able to go get dinner, too. But, so that was a fun experience. There was a drunk girl that came in and got kicked out twice. That was pretty amusing. But yeah, so, in terms of pain, I don't know what I would say, like, in terms of all of my piercings, the nipples are actually the least painful, and that includes the 4 earrings that I actually have here. The top 3 of the earrings I had actually done myself in high school, which I do not recommend you do because the first 2 got infected. The lobes I don't think got infected because I got those done when I was a baby. But the first 2 got infected, and the 4th one didn't get infected, but it had a nickel. I have a nickel allergy, and it reacted badly to an earring I had in. Even after it had healed, it still reacted badly. But it's fine now. But anyways, in terms of pain, I would say the nipples were the least painful, honestly. But when I got my nose and my tragus done, my nose was really, really painful. I was told I looked like a crack whore, too. My friend was with me, and so she saw it when I got, like, this thing shoved up my nose to receive the needle. It wasn't a cork. It was like a tube or a plastic tube or some sort. But the guy who was piercing was really good. He was really quick. It hurt a lot. It hurt like a bitch. But it was over in, like, 2 seconds for me. The tragus, on the other hand, I was more excited for the tragus because I watched a lot of YouTube videos of people getting their tragus piercings done, and all of them were like, oh, it didn't hurt, and it's like, it didn't even bleed or anything, and I expected it wouldn't, because there are very little nerve endings in this part of the ear, actually. So, I expected that it wasn't going to be too terrible. I was fooled. It was a lot of pressure at first, and it was throbbing pain, and I had my head turned to the side, so that, you know, he could, like, put the jewelry and stuff. I got a curved barbell. It's like a 16 gauge. But it was turned to the side, and next thing I know, I couldn't hear out that ear because it was bleeding so much. So that was fun. It took a while to clean all the blood off of it, and even so, like, the next day when I was cleaning it, there was still some blood on it, which was pretty nasty. Thankfully, my nose piercing didn't really bleed. Like, I guess it did a little on the inside, but it wasn't enough that it was substantial. The only reason I knew that it bled on my nostril is because I saw him taking away, like a piece of cloth or something that had blood on it. If he hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known. But I love them, and I know that I said my tragus was, terribly painful, but it doesn't hurt at all now. I think it's also because I went to a place where they did it correctly. You know, they both feel great now, and the tragus did hurt really, really badly, but if you really want one, and I waited, like, years before I actually decided that this was one I wanted, or before I actually acted on it, I would definitely say to go get it. I'm looking forward to, like, in a month, several months, I guess. I don't remember how long the waiting time is for this tragus, but I'm looking forward to when I can put a diamond in it, like a diamond labret. I don't know what gauge lip labrets are, but I hear that that's what a lot of people use. I don't want to use, like, a regular earring with a butterfly backing, because, no, I'm not a big fan of studs like that anyway. I have a lot, but I don't wear them very much. Anyway, so for cleaning it, I use H2 Ocean, which they have it at the shop. You can buy it, but I thought it was a little bit cheaper, or I thought it was a bit expensive, and I actually have some already from Hot Topic. I bought it when I got my nipples done, but I found out I liked making my own sea salt soaks and just inverting it in a glass. I don't think I can do that with either of these, or I could, but it'd be a little bit more of a hassle. So I actually just used the spray for this, and it's actually almost out. It runs out kind of quickly. But, so yeah, what else? I would have gotten I would have taken videos for you guys. My friend wanted me to record her piercings also, but Marlowe Inc. they let you take pictures, but they don't let you record. And the reason for that is piercing videos, normally they can be used as a how-to guide. And Marlowe Inc. personally does not want to have any part of this. And the piercer, Danny, he told me, I've had to correct a lot more effed up piercings than I've, actually done a piercing. And most of these, messed up piercings are because of people watching, videos. And I won't lie, before I did these ear piercings, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to do it. So, not to fault people who do record their videos and put it on YouTube, but I understand why he didn't let us do it. It was a little bit disappointing because I was honestly looking forward to doing that. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't, though, because I was apparently a pussy when it came to it. I don't think I was. I stayed and I went through with it, and I got it done, and I didn't move. Apparently I almost broke my friend's hand, though, when I was holding it. But yeah, I'm blabbering again. But yeah, so I really like this. I'll take pictures and post them at the end for you guys. So, and it's probably a bad thing. I already actually want another piercing. I kind of want a double helix in this ear. I don't want it in this ear because, I feel like it will just be unbalanced. The reason that I got my nose I originally planned to get my nose on the right side, and then I got my nose done on the left because I wanted my tragus on the right for whatever reason, and I told my friend, when my OCD, which I don't actually have, but when I start to get OCD about it, about the amount of metal on my right ear and not having that same amount of metal in my left ear, then the nose piercing on the left side will balance it out, and it'll all be okay. I'm really messed up. But, so, by the way, it's not pierced with a nose bone. I really would have liked to be pierced with a nose bone, even though I'm sure that that's a terrible idea. Nose bones are the bars with the bigger ball at the end, so it's actually kind of painful because you have to push it through. And they say not to use those in piercings that aren't completely healed because it opens up a new wound, essentially, and it leads you to infection, or can lead to an infection. But I'm pierced with a nose screw. It's basically like a straight bar, and then it bends into a U. And it's kind of a pain. I hear nose bones are a lot longer, and they're irritating because they can touch the other side of your nose, like the middle. I don't know if I would prefer that, though, because I don't like that my nose piercing, I think the swelling has gone down. I didn't feel any swelling before, though, but it must have gone down because it wasn't moving around this much yesterday. My nose piercing will sometimes turn, and if I'm looking in the mirror and I'm noticing it, I will see, a little bit of metal sticking out. It looks like I have a metal booger. And so I have to, push it, and then I have to push the piercing up so that it pushes the bar up through the top, and then turn it. So it looks like I'm, doing a convoluted way of piercing, or picking my own nose, and it looks stupid. It's also kind of annoying, because, when I sniff, I can feel it, touching the skin, and I don't like feeling the extra metal in my skin. I guess I'll have to get used to that. But yeah, so that's about it. If you guys want me to do a separate video of each piercing, on my experience, and that includes, if you want me to do a separate piercing on or a separate video explaining my nipple piercing experience, then I'll do it. I won't show the nipple piercings, but I will explain it. So yeah, that's about it. And I think that that's really all. I have to take pictures now, edit them. My life needs a life. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.